With that, I would like to introduce a man who really needs no introduction, especially by me. Mr. Wes Moore, step up.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I am so thankful to be up here today, and I'm thankful to follow my dear friend, Dave Landemore. This is the type of guy that I would follow anywhere. His commitment, not only in uniform but out of uniform, is unparalleled. So, Dave, on behalf of everybody here, just thank you for everything you do and continue to do for all of us. And to everybody who came out to volunteer here today, every single organization, every single corporation, every single individual who took time to remember what today is supposed to be all about. You know, there's not a single person here who does not remember where they were when we first got word about what happened on September 11, 2001. There's not a single person who doesn't remember when they finally realized that it was not just a single plane tragedy, but that it was something much bigger. And I know that that day was actually my sister's 21st birthday. We were actually on our way to go see her, and as we started getting reports about what had actually happened, we never actually made it up to go see her that day. And as I was getting ready to deploy to Afghanistan, I joined the Army in 1998. I joined the Army when, frankly, there wasn't a whole lot for infantry people to do. And so when I joined the Army with a very different kind of context than many of the soldiers who I deployed with. To be very honest, when I joined the Army, I knew that they were going to help pay for college, and I knew I'd have to do some service on the weekends. And then 3 years after I signed up, the whole context of why I joined changed. And when I watched all my soldiers and all my paratroopers as we all lined up to get ready to deploy to Afghanistan, and I'd ask them all individually, one by one, why are you here? It's amazing how many of them simply just mentioned two numbers, 9/11. That's why they served. That's why they fought. They stepped up because our country asked them to. And the beauty of today is that we can turn such a horrible day of tragedy into a day of renewal. The fact that 9/11 is not just a remembrance now, but 9/11 is a day of service. It's about taking time to remember what's important and what's beautiful, and then being part of something bigger than just ourselves. And it's also about understanding that the work that we do is not just about the stuff that's happening overseas, but it's about the stuff that's happening right here in our own communities. It's not lost on me or anybody else that since the beginning of the Afghanistan war, the war that I fought in, we have lost over 1,800 troopers. And it's also not lost on me that during the same time period, we have lost over 2,600 men and women in Baltimore City to violence. It's not lost on me or anybody else the need to rebuild hopelessness or to rebuild hopefulness. We always said in Afghanistan that the most dangerous thing that we had to combat wasn't necessarily Taliban or HIG or somebody else, but we had to combat hopelessness. We had to combat the idea that the most dangerous person that we were going to be around was the person who hadn't worked in 20 months. Because they're the person that has no problem standing on a rooftop with a cell phone and push send as an Army convoy rolled by. We have to combat hopelessness everywhere we go. So I'm honored to stand up here today and just to share a few words about that today is not just a day of remembrance of what happened, but today is a celebration of what we can do and what we can be. Today is not just a day of remembrance of the tragedy of September 11, 2001, but it's also a celebration of the sense of community that we foster with all of our work and with all of our deeds. I'm incredibly thankful to stand up here with you. I'm incredibly thankful to work here with you. And I'm incredibly thankful to call you all friends and neighbors. Bless you guys, and thank you very much.